Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 11. So this lesson is going to be a little bit shorter than some of the other ones because a lot of this is just practice, getting that practice done. So let's talk about what we're going to be talking about. Today, we're talking about if you can solve word problems using grams, kilograms, liters, and milliliters. Now, I've done the abbreviations here because they're important to recognize because that's how they will be presented to you a lot during tests and when you write them out. So just kind of keep that in mind. So, G's for grams, kgs for kilograms, big L is liters, little m, big L is milliliters. Just kind of keep that in mind. So, I'll just kind of give a couple examples here, and then we'll be done. It'll be a really short lesson, so you guys can get onto that Zern and get in your workbooks and get that practice done. That will help you the most. But just kind of give you an example here. So, basically solving problems in the realm of weights and the realm of volume. So, keep that in mind. Now, I am going to preface this. You will not have a problem that is asking you, I have 16 kilograms. I take away 4 milliliters. How many grams do you have? Not going to happen that way. This kilograms and liters are two completely forms of measurement. One is the amount of something, while the other one is how heavy that thing is. So just kind of keep that in mind. You will not have kilograms, liters, you won't have grams and milliliters or anything. They'll stay separate. But you will have problems like this. If I have 2 kilograms and I take away, let's say, 500 grams, how many grams do I have? Now, this one you will see. And you might be asking, what, Mr. Luthi? You just said you're not going to have crossing of units here. And I'm still sticking with that. I'm saying that's true. But remember, liters and milliliters, they're both dealing with the volume of something. You have 1,000 milliliters per liter. So I'll write that out. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So you can convert those. You can look at them and be like, oh, that's that. I can say 1 hour or 60 minutes. They mean the same thing. 1 liter or 1,000 milliliters, they mean the same thing. They're interchangeable. Keep that in mind. Now, grams and kilograms follows this exact same rule. 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So, going off of that, we can now use this information to solve this. Because kilograms and grams, you can argue, yeah, they're different units, but are they still weighing the same thing? They're both doing weights, that amount that something, the weight that the thing has. Now, kilograms and grams, yes, I'll give you that one. We can't really do 2 minus 500 here, because that's a little weird. And on top of that, didn't we just mention that kilograms is more than grams? So before we answer this question, let's stop and think. Which is bigger, 2 kilograms or 500 grams? Now, think for just a second on that one. The number 500 is way bigger than the number 2. Keep that in mind. But you need to think. What does kilogram mean? What does gram means? Now, remember that? 500 grams is actually smaller than 2 kilograms. And you might be like, wait, why? Why is that the case? Well, they're different units right now. One's in kilograms, one's in grams, so they look different. But if I convert them into the exact same unit, just grams, then you can have an idea here. So, 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So, if I have 2 kilograms, how many grams is that? Well, if 1 is 1,000, that would mean 2 is 2,000. And then I can rewrite my own problem here. I'm not changing information, I'm just kind of translating it into something else. So 2 kilograms can also be written out as 2,000 grams, correct? We're good on that? Hopefully we're good? Yeah. And now, is this looking a little bit more friendly? 2,000 grams minus 500 grams. Can I take grams away from grams? I can. They're the same unit. I'm allowed to do that. Kilograms and grams, that one might be a little trickier to do. Like, based off of where we're at right now in 3rd grade math, I don't want you doing that. When you get into older math, you can figure that out. You can find out it's like 1.5 kilograms, but we're not there yet. We're not going to be talking about things that are going to be way too confusing. So right now, what you need to do is make sure this and this are the same. So convert them, all right? And for the most part, I'm going to say if you have less than 1,000 grams, there's a good chance you're lowering it. Just lowering the unit. Just keep that in mind. Now, 2,000 grams minus 500 grams, 0, 0, can't take away from there. Borrow, drop that. 5, 10 minus 5 is 5. So we can now say 2 kilograms minus 500 grams would be 1,500 grams. So, can I keep them in mind? Now I'm going to do another quick example with liters. Just bear with me just 1 second as I erase this. Just erase this one on accident, so I'll put this rule up real quick, just as a reminder since we're using it. Now, I'm going to do a slightly different problem here. I'm going to say I have 3 glasses, and they all have liquid in them. This first one has 700 milliliters of liquid in them. This second one right here has 800 milliliters of liquid. And this last one has 500 milliliters in it. And now the question I'm going to ask you is, if I were to put all 3 of these into the exact same container, how many liters do I have? Now, make sure you know what I just asked there. I have 700 milliliters, 800 milliliters, and 500 milliliters. If I'm going to take all these and pour them all into the same container, how many liters do I have? Now, hopefully you guys are getting an idea that you're adding all these together. If I have 700 and 800, pour them together, and then you pour in 500 in it as well, which is absolutely correct. But let me show you, let's go through this process and I'll talk to you what's right and what's wrong about that. There's not a whole lot wrong with it, but you need to be careful. I'll show you what I mean. So if I'm pouring all these into the same container, I would do 700 plus 800 plus 500. Right now, I'm just going to add 2 together, and I'll add the last one onto it. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. That's crazy knowledge. 7 plus 8. Think about that for a second. Start at 8, count up by 7, you get 15. So I'm at 1,500. And then I need to take that 1,500 and add an additional 500 to it. After that, doing some quick math, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. I have 2,000 milliliters. So, that's correct. I have 2,000 milliliters. So, is my answer 2,000 milliliters? And this is where the kind of comes into play. Let me explain why. I asked how many liters there are. Is 2,000 milliliters the correct unit? I'm asking for liters. If you gave me 2,000 milliliters, I'd be like, oh, sorry, you're wrong. Sorry, I'm not asking for milliliters. I'm asking for liters. So does that mean we did this completely wrong? Nothing about this problem is correct. Everything on this is wrong, right? I hope you're shaking your head no, because those words that came out of my mouth are absolutely wrong. We still want to do this process, but we need to convert, right? This last one, the last problem we did, we took kilograms and converted it to a smaller unit, grams, which made a much larger number, right? Now, I have smaller numbers, and I'm trying to put them together to make a larger unit. So, let's go ahead and look at this real quick. Can I change 700 milliliters into 1 liter? Well, I know 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. That's too small. I'm not going to make that out of that. 800 milliliters. Can I make a liter out of that one? No, it's 200 short. 500? No, that's 500 short. So all three of these on their own cannot be converted into liters. But what happens when you put them together? You get 2,000. Now, how many liters or how many milliliters are in 1 liter? 1,000. And this is going all the way back to what we were doing at the very beginning with division. Now, I'm going to show you this. This isn't necessarily how you have to do this, but this is how you can. Visualization. I have a total of 2,000, right? I'm going to put them or divide them into groups of 1,000. And I'm asking, how many groups do I have? So here's my total. Here's how many are in each group, and I'm asking, how many groups do I have? So if I take 1,000 here and 1,000 there, put 1,000 here, 1,000 there, and I used all 2,000 this, how many groups of 1,000 will I have? 2. So on this question, if I were to ask how many liters do you have, if you wrote 2,000 milliliters, I'd probably give you half points, half credit. The more correct answer would be convert that into liters, and your answer would be 2 liters. So 2 liters. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's the example we're doing here. Just make sure there's going to be some conversions. Just keep that in mind between grams and kilograms, liters and milliliters. They won't cross over from there, though. They'll stay in their kind of corners, grams and kilograms, liters and milliliters. It's kind of nice because they have the name in both of them, so you know which one you're going to be converting to. The biggest thing, remember the conversion. 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. That's going to be the biggest thing you need to know. The rest of it is pretty much the basic math we've already been doing. Adding, subtracting, and taking something, taking away from it, or having two separate things and adding them together. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this was helpful in some manner, and make sure you guys finish up your Zern and have a good day.